The Gormiti, the invincible lords of nature.
I had to do it. There was no other way. I was forced. I wasn't able to stop all of this, but could I have done something else? Gorm, will you ever be able to forgive me for the tragic fate I may have condemned to you forever? What could have happened if I did not act this way? The wonderful lands would have probably been destroyed. Nothing else could have resisted to such violence. You're the land I have chosen to give life to the most powerful and wonderful beings that exist. You should have been a land of peace and hope, a land where all the elements could have lived in harmony. The water fed with its vital lymph the earth, which gave her fruits housing rich and flourishing forests. Overall, reigned the most bright sky that any land ever had been privileged to have. Every creature lived like in a paradise. The brotherhood and the balance between the tribes will welcome your protective and loving arms. I have created this, and now I fear I have destroyed everything. And now, what will be of you? Forgive me, Gorm, but if your destiny comes to pass, I will follow you until the end. Maybe I could have done something. I should have intervened earlier. Intervene when the irreparable could have still been avoided. That battle, I should have stopped it. Everything went downhill after that fight. I should have stopped the great battle of the Valley of Destiny.
We have reached the end. You wanted to come this far, and now you'll pay for your actions.
That is why I'm here.
Ah!
Damn you! You have no escape. You will be swallowed by my power of darkness, and your light will be extinguished forever!
Last time you managed to escape, but this time only one winner will come out of this fight. The Lord of the Light.
Give up. I will erase you with my psycho power.
Never! I have more magic, more power. You cannot do me any harm.
You can't beat my defense. The power of light is ridiculous. Luminous, the green champion of good. You don't even realize the power that the darkness gives me. You will be wiped out in the storm.
You are the evil Obscurio, the black plague that contaminates Gorm and will doom her to the worst fate if it isn't stopped. I'm here to eradicate it by all means, with all the power that I have.
Ah! Once I'll get rid of you for good, nothing will stop me from taking the Eye of Life, delivering it to Magor, and erasing from the score all of your subjects and all your friends. I will destroy Gorm as you know it, and replace it with a new domain governed by terror, chaos, and darkness.
The Eye of Life is a source and vital strength, quintessence of Gorm itself. Only the pure of heart deserves to keep it. Now it's safe. I will never let the Eye of Life fall into the greedy hands of the Lords of Evil.
This battle is unleashing too much ultra-dimensional energy. The island risks to disappear. I must stop them. I shouldn't do it, but I'm forced to. Luminous! Stop!
Old Sage, it's not cautious to expose yourself.
Listen to me! You can't continue the fight! The hate you're feeling for Obscurio risks to corrupt your spirit. It's making you blind! Look around you! Your fury risks to destroy Gorm, involving the whole island in your dispute.
No! I can stop now! I'm sure I can beat him! You can't ask me to stop now! Obscure and Magor have lied! I'm the only one who can oppose to their wickedness and face their power of darkness!
There is no time! Together, we can change the course of the battle. We must combine our spiritual energies and concentrate them in the region of the white light. From there, the Mythos energy will be released, which will give new vigor to all of the champions. The power of the light will flow from you to them, empowering them and giving them new powers. You too won't be the same. You will receive the speed of the light and the power of the thunder. Trust me. Free yourself from the grasp of Obscurio. The battle is about to end.
The old sage is right. The new powers will make me invincible. The definitive defeat of Obscurio is close. Luminous thunder, come to me! Light giver of life. Light symbol of hope. Light eternal source of love, come to me! And allow me to grant your powers to my Gormiti brothers! And allow them to know the ancient power and the eternal strength! Yes! I can feel it! I'm transforming! Light, give to Torg, Lord of the Earth, the power of the silver armor. Harder than diamond, tougher than steel. This way you will find the Muscorian vigor, the ancient power of the gems of Muscor.
Yes! I am changing! I can feel that I'm changing! I feel even stronger! I can feel the Mythos energy flowing inside of me!
Mythos power to noble Mantis, Lord of the Sea! You will now have the strength of 1,000 oceans, the purity of crystal water! Inside of you, awaken the deep bioluminescence. Now, your psycho power will be enormous!
I have acquired new powers! I feel indestructible!
Mighty Trunk, light to you! Thanks to the power of the ancient mimicry, you can become almost invisible to the eyes of the opponents.
I'm transforming. I'm transforming! This new armor has changed the vital lymph of my body, always infusing in me new energy.
What is happening? What kind of sorcery is this? I can't believe it. Only the power of the old sage can cast such a spell.
Give up, Obscurio! Now you don't have any chance of defeating us! Retreat your army and get out of Gorm! There is no place for you here! I will hunt you down everywhere!
Magor, where are you? You must come to our rescue!
Obscurio, do not fear. I too have learned the power to infuse the Mythos energy to all of you, so that you will all be able to defeat your foes with the same power. Furthermore, the old sage had to reveal his presence. There is no time to lose. Destroy our enemies and guide the legions of darkness to the conquest of the Eye of Life.
Darkness concealer, darkness dense and enveloping, darkness representing oblivion and despair, darkness that can conceal and transform everything. Come to me. Bring your desolation that is my source of energy and strength. Enter the bodies of my allies, so that they will come out stronger and ruthless than ever. Devil Phoenix, Lord of the Air, get up and fly. Your wings will now glow of the strength that flows inside of you. Do not fear your rival. With the power of the magic likeness, your body has become extremely powerful, but also light.
I'm transforming. Now I'm pure speed.
You too, Armageddon, Lord of the Volcano, are receiving the Mythos power. To your body more strength. To your arm, the power of devastation. That's because you now have the power of the combustion. As you increase your energy, you will change your color.
I am transforming. I have a fire when serving the soul of my opponents.
No one can stop us now. Follow me.
The Mythos had to be born. It was a just attempt. The champions, thanks to their new powers, were about to put an end to the battle. Everything was about to return to its place. Peace would have returned, if it had been so. But who could have known that Magor too, thanks to his dark spells, had learned the arcane powers of the Mythos energy? How was he corrupted, bent to his will, and bowed to evil? How could I have foreseen such a thing? What great fights took place in the plain of Astrig? They were nothing compared to the epic battle between the Mythos, a battle destined to enter into the history of Gorm. So spectacular that Gorge of Despair changed names. From then on, everyone would have remembered it as the Valley of Destiny.
Luminous, prepare.
Sword of Fire! Ha! Is this all you can do?
Ugh! Iron Mace shot.
Champions aboard! Mythos energy!
Bring it on! We are Mythos champions just like you!
We will annihilate you. Mytho lava!
Fluo energy!
Blade of energy!
Noble Mythos, give to me your bioluminescent power and watch.
Damn the talking oak! Let's respond! Devil Phoenix, let's launch a bowl of lava! Don't worry, guys. This is a job for me. Plasma globes!
Globes of energy!
What a pain! I can't hold on much longer! I must get away from his barrage of shots!
Resist, noble Lord of the Seas.
You've exposed yourself, muddy chunk! Photon beam!
Roar! Roar! Help!
I will protect you with my armor!
Thanks, my rookie friend.
This is what friends are for! All for one! And one for all! Wave of sea!
Armageddon, this is not a game! You can't resist to attack like that! Let me help you! No.
There is no need to. Look here!
Piercing feathers!
Hey! Leave for me something too, companions! Want to see something I learned to do?
With the strength of our new Mythos powers.
Luminous barrier!
Army of Darkness!
courageous, valorous, even more powerful. Those are the Mythos Gormiti, against each other in the battle of the Valley of Destiny, the greatest ever fought on Gorm. And yet, once more, none of them prevailed. Magor is a powerful magician. He infused the Mythos energy to his allies, as I did. Evil is strong with him, but other shocking events had to hit Gorm. You and terrible inhabitants were to make their appearances. Good and evil faced off again. A new battle awaited her. Gorm will have to know the Battle of the Giants.